Hey there people of the internet, my name is Sivana and welcome to my studio. Today's video is another Michigan Pokemon design, and for this one I was inspired by the legend of the Singing Sands of Bête. Now let's just get into the drawing. As you see here, I had a couple sketches in the works before recording, but I didn't know what I wanted to do yet, and then I used the JPL Fakemon creator to make an approximation of what I had in my head. But before I tell you about the design, I need to go into a little backstory. So, the Singing Sand of Bête is less of a legend and more of a natural phenomenon. The legend goes that an Ojibwe woman lost her lover to Lake Superior and spent the rest of her life mournfully singing out to him. And now the sand also sings. Many people who visit the beach have heard this singing, or barking, by running their hands through the sand or smacking it with their palm. The name Bête comes from French for grey beast, and was supposedly named due to the sightings of a strange grey beast that roamed the area, which was probably just the smoke rolling across the bay from the Native Americans burning off blueberry bogs next to the beach after their harvest. But that part doesn't really have anything to do with it, I just wanted to give that little tidbit. Anyway, the legend or phenomena goes on to say that if you remove the sand from the beach that it will no longer make noise. I found this part the most interesting, and I wanted to know if it was real, so I found a couple videos. I watched a video of someone taking the sand and putting it in a bowl for a test, to see if it was true, but the sand was still made its humming sound. However, other accounts of the sand losing its singing came from people who physically took it away from the area, not just a few feet off of the beach. And I really want to go and try it for myself one day, but it's quite the drive, being at the tippy top of the Upper Peninsula. Anyway, the legend of the crying native woman and the singing sands gave me all that I needed to make a ground ghost type. I know that Sandygast and Palossand already exist, so I wanted to turn it into a kind of banshee. Now, a banshee comes from the Irish folklore, and is a female spirit who heralds the death of a family member, usually by screaming or wailing, so why not crying and singing? So that's basically what these Pokemon are. Crying, singing, sand spirits who forever mourn the deaths of our loved ones. Most ghost Pokemon have dark and creepy lore attached to them, so this was just perfect. As for the design, it probably could have just been a single stage Pokemon of this sad Gardevoir clone over here, but I really wanted a 3-stage Pokemon, and to mimic the Gardevoir line even more. So here's little Singsa, a crying, wailing little spirit baby named from Sing and Sad and Sand. Sing, and sad, whatever. Then Beshni, the overdramatic, over-emotional teen of the bunch who is always sitting and wallowing, named after the Banshee, but with the letters jumbled around and some removed. And then finally, Bansong, the spirit of an Ojibwe woman who still cries out for her lost love, and is named after Banshee and Song. I also gave her a hole in her chest because she's been missing a piece of herself since she lost her lover to the dangerous lake. And I just thought of this just now, that I think I'll maybe make a counterpart to her that's ghost and water type. Because they're sand women, and based off native legend, I wanted their clothes to look reminiscent of native leather dresses, but without being too literal. I don't want this to be a caricature or to be offensive to anyone, so I hope I did it all respectfully. I also gave them these spectral tails that are like the lower halves of their bodies, and I colored them to look both ghostly but also kind of like water. Like, man, if Pokemon could have 3 types. Well, now they kinda can with the stupid terastallizing gimmick. I'm just kidding, it's not stupid, and I actually think it's pretty cool, but I hate the hats. The hats are stupid, and I'm not giving my beautiful ghost woman a stupid water hat. I end up changing the colors a bit in post, making them more orangey brown instead of this weird olive brown, and their spectral bodies, or water droplets or whatever, become a brighter blue rather than this murky bluish green. Even though they're ghosts, I still wanted them to be pretty colors. And then the shinies I made a reddish and purpley brown with pale lilac or periwinkle spectral tails. I love them so much, and I was so excited to draw them as soon as I read about the legend. It's so interesting, and I just want to see it for myself someday. I want to go to all the places in Michigan where all of these legends are based on. Like the Belle Isle for Zazedo. Maybe I'll do that this summer. I don't know. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my sad ghost ladies. I love them a lot, and I hope you love them too. And I hope you love me too, so show me your love with a like, a comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. And as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.